All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. It's time for current events in the online fitness community. Let me check my volume here, make sure we're good. Yep, turned it down again. Windows always does that to me. All right, we're going to do a current events. We're not going to talk about Noble Natties or Frenchie or his buddy Cubby or any of that. Today, we're going to talk about a video numerous people have asked me about in the lives. Former client Antonio actually linked me the video. I sat down and watched a pretty dang good chunk of it today. I skipped a little bit. And yeah, pretty much Greg Doucette and Lyle McDonald delivered the coup de grace on Mike Israetel. And I think they summed a lot of it up nice. And I thought what was interesting is they were kind of hitting Mike's criticisms, of Mike had actually really said that he felt that he had the highest IQ and was the most intelligent person in the industry. And that his critics were dumb. And I hate to have to say this, and I've said this before. I get people who are like, Jason, why do you always nut hug Lyle so much? Lyle is a dick. Let me be clear. Let's be clear. Lyle McDonald is a complete dick to me personally. The dude pops off at me almost every time he sees me, even though I'm friends with like one of his most famous client. I'm friends with him. Like he pops off at me. That aside, Lyle probably does have, out of any of the people in this whole fitness industry circle, coaches, he actually might have the highest IQ. Like all bullshit aside, if I had to pin someone down of who probably has the highest cognitive ability, I'm going to actually lean in the direction of Lyle, right? I'm going to lean in the direction of Lyle. So again, kind of ironic that one of his detractors, he calls him stupid and claims that he's the smartest person with the highest IQ out of all the coaches. Lyle is probably smarter than him. And that's the other thing too. It's like he wants to argue with these people who've had all this success. And that's kind of the problem with his statements and what he does and with his business model, and then fighting with these other guys. They have been objectively more successful. It's both coaches and his athletes. So it's kind of strange that, they have that he has that fight with them, because let's be realistic. Lyle has definitely coached champions. Lyle's knowledge has helped tremendous amounts of people. He's not selling BS. Right. So we have that. Then you have Doucette. Whether you like Greg or not, Greg has been extremely successful as an athlete. Whether we can talk about whatever drug cheating, we talk about scam products, talk about any of that, all you want. Like we can make fun of Greg's fake voice he gets up and does. But objectively, did Greg earn a pro card in bodybuilding successfully? Yes. Right? Yes. Did Greg Doucette break world records in powerlifting? Yes. Therein lay the problem with some of this debate. And that's the stuff that they hit him on the hardest. They're like, he's just over here trying to sell programs and stuff, selling all this stuff, selling his app, but he hasn't been successful. Like he really hasn't been successful in bodybuilding itself, and yet he's trying to run this enormous multi-million-dollar business selling all these programs and apps, but they're not based on evidence. Like, again, you can't claim, well, evidence-based in my PhD, but then your programs and ideas themselves are completely debunked in the lab, right? They're debunked in the lab. I think they were Masters 1 records gold. And irrespective of that, the guy benched like 500 pounds at 198. Hey, that's ridiculous. Just pointing that out. So, as a pro card holding bodybuilder already. So here's the thing with that. Like Mike can't really go toe to toe with them in regards to this. And that's ultimately what they've slammed him on, is the fact that he doesn't get results at all. And that's the other thing, he doesn't get in shape for the shows. That's what they hit him on. Again, these are people who get people in shape and people who, won pro cards and things themselves, like Greg. And they kind of pointed out that Mike refuses to do the things that he knows works for other people. and he eats junk food and eats garbage and cereal through his preps and then isn't succeeding. He's losing the shows. And the same thing, the other problem, we come to the drugs and drug protocols. This is something people got upset with me for one time when I talked about, I'm not even going to address y'all's questions for a bit, guys. I'm going to cover the topic. So the issue we have there, I said that before, and then people are like, oh, you can't handle it. I'm like, I can, because the drug abuse is so ridiculous that it's destroyed any physique he could have had. The enormous insulin gut. There's the problem, guys. So you've got to look at that and go, Mike, like, how much insulin and growth are you using? Because he's got the giant belly. He's got the giant belly, guys. Let's just get rid of that guy. All right, let's get rid of that nonsense and get back over to the point. But that's kind of the problem too. And I'm not against gear. Like, I'm very pro gear, and I get that people are going to need to abuse chasing a pro card. They're definitely going to have to abuse. But you look at that and go, Mike, dude, the belly is grotesque. And it's due to the excessive, ridiculous insulin abuse. And then the other thing of eating all that cereal and processed sugar and shit during your prep and the huge amounts of insulin. It's like, it doesn't work. And that's kind of what they've called him on, that there's a problem with his drug stacks. Like, they both called him on it. There's obviously a problem with his dieting. And here's the thing at the end of the day. He sells his programming as being the best, and he markets shit like the way that he does volumes. Oh, we need this excessive volume overreach and deload. That's not supported by the evidence. And the other thing is again, being pointed out, it's not even what successful bodybuilders are doing. And you can't say, well, Mike's big and gets in decent shape and he's really jacked, but he's not winning. He's losing everything. And he's promoting approaches that are to sell apps, mind you, and programs that are not supported by the evidence, are not supported by data, and they're not supported in the real world by what the best bodybuilders do. Do you see the problem? So if no top tier pro bodybuilders are doing it, guys who are truly winning at the world level, whether it's the natural or the enhanced, they're not doing it. Evidence doesn't support it. Where the fuck are you getting it from? And that's the other thing, is kind of, they pointed out, like, even, Mike got in and said, Dorian Yates should have done more training volume. Dorian Yates won the Mr. Olympia 8 times. Let's think about that for a minute. Purely because you're promoting bullshit and promoting bullshit levels of volumes and claiming that you have to ramp up volume over time and then resensitize to it with deloads, taking a month off from the gym, all this craziness, this isn't supported by any evidence. It's not supported by any evidence. But then to stand there and say, well, Dorian Yates should have done more training volume. He won 8 Mr. Olympias. I don't know. I think for Dorian, his volumes were probably just about right. He won the Mr. Olympia 8 times. I don't think his training could have been too bad. Goal. Are we talking about necessarily winning? Yeah. Here's the thing when we're talking about that. Yes. If you're talking compared to the average person like you or I, who is not genetically gifted, you and I, yes, someone with pro bodybuilder genetics who uses the amount of drugs that they do could probably do jumping jacks, and they're going to look better than you and I. Let's just face it. All right? Are we going to disagree with that? Gold, let me state that again. The people who have the genetics to be in the top 10 of the Mr. Olympia, and with the amount of drugs they use, could probably just do jumping jacks every day, and they are going to look better than you or me ever will. Period. Full stop. You and I do not have the genetics or the drug stack to compete with that, no matter how perfect we train. Okay? And I think that's a fair statement. So when you put that line into that context, instead of taking it out of context, you don't just take stuff from a single line somewhere. You need to understand the context of when we discuss that. Now, are we saying that when they're competing with each other, that training doesn't matter? No, that's bullshit. Of course it matters. Are we saying their diet doesn't matter? No, because they're competing against other people who are on 55-gallon drums of drugs who have elite genetics for the sport. And if that's the level playing field, then yeah, at that point, obviously training and nutrition kind of matters. But yeah, that's the other thing someone said here. The 54 set thing for Mike, that's insane. And again, as Lyle pointed out in there, he goes, these people have PhDs from garbage places. Like, these are not serious doctors. He looked up where Michael Wolf got his from. He looked up where Dr. Brad Schofield got them from. Lyle kind of discussed that in there and said, yeah, I mean, do we really want to take these as great PhDs that they've earned? Like, again, you guys can watch the video yourself. I linked it below if you want to see what he said about it. But the other thing of, yeah, why is he doing it? Because if he can get a pro card, it will sell more of his services. But it hasn't. Yeah, I saw Lane's stance on alcohol being safe. I'm going to need to discuss that. Someone else said, no, I'm not backing off on the Noble Natties, but guys, I'm going to do a lot of current events. They're not going to get every day. They might only get once or twice a week coming up. I'm going to be covering all these other events. This other stuff needs to be discussed. But yeah, I mean, so they critiqued Mike pretty hard at what he said in that interview. Because again, we have to be realistic. Mike's methods are not that great. He's not winning. He's not winning, but he's making millions of dollars off of this company selling programs that aren't based on what people are doing who are winning, and they're not based on evidence. So yeah, that's why they're saying that's why he needs to try to get a pro card, but he won't do what it takes to get a pro card. He won't diet correctly, which I can understand. I don't want to diet down that lane. Fuck that. But I'm not trying to be a competitive bodybuilder. Hey. Someone else said around back there, if people will do anything to defend their alcohol drinking, they will. And I called Mike on that the other day. And I'm going to have to call Lane on that. Right? Whatever history I have aside, to stand there and pull that. Peyton, he can't just get me swatted. The local sheriff's department kind of knows about my stalking situation. That doesn't work that way. All right. That would be a good way to finally get people in trouble, though, if they tried it. Because that would really fuck them up. So that would be a bad idea. Never mind, I'm just going to shut my mouth. You know what? Do what the fuck y'all want. Dr. Mike saying Dorian needs more training volume is like a bench warmer telling Michael Jordan he needs to practice more shots. Pretty much. Right? All Dr. Mike needs to know, he's got to fix his diet. He's got to change his drugs and everything. Like the insulin gut's a problem. Like that insulin gut's a major problem. When I called it before, I had defenders of his who were friends of mine got mad at me. I'm like, dude, he's using way too much insulin, and I don't think you can reverse that. No, Gold, I'm not interested in modern type of bodybuilding. I'm going to keep working towards having kind of that more golden era type physique, but I don't want to get peeled to the bone. I have no desire. I have no desire to mentally or physically put myself through that. And I can admit that. Okay, so let me state that clearly. I have no desire to subject myself to that. Okay. Mike promotes a bunch of junk volume obsessed with super slow eccentrics and Lincoln positions. Lyle and even Paul Carter found him for a reason. Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to realize I'm still probably even doing more volume than I really need to be doing at the moment. I'm doing it because I've been enjoying training that much. But realistically, even I should probably step back and I probably shouldn't try to do 25 sets for biceps. It might be a bit much. You know, even though they need to come up, probably just train them harder and do 12 really good sets for my biceps every week outside of my rowing and chins. Might be a good idea. I'm just saying. How could someone? I'm not going to tell you how to get juice. The vanilla, in his attempts to make everything scientific, Dr. Mike got lost in the sauce. Well, he even said that in the interview, didn't he? He said, well, when I'm using huge amounts of androgens, my brain does this to me when I'm dealing with a coach. And, you know, well, how much gear are you using, dude? Can you give us an update on your online fans? It's been a hot topic. I don't understand what you're asking for. Do you think James Tiny Vest is that? I have no idea. I'm not going to tell you guys how to source steroids. No, I'm not going to be doing an OnlyFans. Jefferson, at this point, I don't even have the exact figure, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Does test cause water bloating in the face bloating, or is it form other substances? It can be. It can absolutely be a factor. Yeah, other stuff can do it more so, but high dose of test can absolutely do that. No, Banana, I'm not going to give you hints on how to go source gear. It's not my job. I'm not in the business of telling people how to find drugs on YouTube. Sorry, move along. You're not going to get me in trouble. Go ask your coach. Ask your bros. I mean, you go to a gym, you probably know 17 people on gear already. Not that hard. All right. Hi, Jason. Why does Mike try to sell people deloads when he is a shitty coach? He can't even reach his goals in this past year. You made more progress, are you? Well, maybe. Yeah, I'm more chilled about it. I'm not like all fired up. Is Justin still a client? Yes, Justin is still currently a client. He has been a client over 5 years. Justin, are you ready? Does a 3-day push-pull legs. He does a 3-day push-pull legs, around 12, 13, 14 sets of muscle group. Guy squats 500 pounds, lean year round, got abs, looks good. All right. Da-da. Strap on Destiny's on the sauce. We already know he's on the sauce. Thoughts on 3-day full body only if you're a ranked novice. What will you do if NH completely ignores? I've already told you what I'm going to do. Well, he already sent me a pair of panties today, so he's not ignoring me. He also posted under his little alt account and then deleted it. Yeah, I'm going to keep going in. We're not done. I'm going to make video after video after video. I've already made that clear. That's what's going to happen. Matt says, Mike's ability to say things as if he's 100% correct about every single thing is how he sells his products to people. He's great at thinking he's never wrong, and that's scary. No, Jefferson, I've already put up other pictures. I don't want to keep putting them in the streams. We don't need me holding them. Right? We don't need me holding. Hold on, let me check this message. What did you send me? All right, sorry. One of my friends sent me a funny ass meme. Okay. Funny how NH ignores you after he made 25, exactly. He made 25 hours of videos about me. It's real convenient that now he doesn't have shit to say when I clap back. We're going to keep going hard. We're going to put up 50 hours of videos about him. No, Gold, I'm not going to delete my comment. I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to let him be a little bitch. I'm going to let him be the bitch-made motherfucker that he is. How do some roiders avoid tearing muscles and tendons while others seem to be tearing? Training, drug stacks, estrogen, how much growth hormone they use, blah, blah. There's a lot of factors. Otis, let me put it this way. Maybe when people are thinking about tendon health, they should think about which anabolics and drugs improve tendon health and which ones weaken tendon health. This is not difficult things to learn about. I don't know, maybe quit using fucking trim. I understand it's funnier live, though. It's like a comedy show. What are you guys talking about? Cyanide from almonds? Have you lost your shit? I coach for a weightlifting beginner with poor strength and muscle mass. Should I only do squat, deadlift, and bench press without any other exercises? No, I would never advocate you do that. You need to be doing other stuff. You need at least 5 or 6 exercises. Stevie, I'm not going to be posting any X-rated stuff. All right. Over to real topics. Let's get some other real. I guess that's a real topic. Yeah, Cal, you can't say it's clickbait. No, dude. He made 25 hours. 25 hours of videos talking about me when I didn't respond. So, yeah, you guys can't even claim that. No, he's scared. He is scared of me clapping back. He is running scared like a little bitch. Because again, I was in his mouth all the time. Aside from your personal issue, do the noble natties give good advice about lifting? No. Freaking natural hypertrophy doesn't know shit about lifting. As far as I can tell, strap-on's pretty decent. In conjugate, when should I do GBP or rejuvenation work? I'm having a hard time fitting things into a 4-day split. I mean, are you asking what Louis Simmons would tell you? If we're going to talk conjugate, then, I mean, what would Louis Simmons say? He would tell you need to do it every day. How many hours of content? The guy made 25 videos an hour long about me, all without me giving a single response or acknowledging him and just ignoring him. He just kept going. What's the max percentage of one rep max we use on speed work for decently explosive advanced lifters? It's not going to be a set number. Probably up to about 75%. Hi, Jason. Doesn't that guy natural hypertrophy use straps to hitch only a 5-plate deadlift? Right? Why would anyone take his advice on any of that? I mean, seriously, dude, come on. Jefferson, I've never heard of that. He could have. Did you guys find the timestamp? Because he couldn't grow his channel. Yeah, I mean, the guy grew his whole channel shit talking me. He was getting 50,000 views on videos shit talking me. Come on. Okay. Coach, do all hip hinges deadlifts count as weekly back? They count as lower back volume. They do not count as middle and upper back volume. I wouldn't count them. You want my opinion? I mean, maybe to some extent you could count deadlifts a little bit towards lats, but you better be doing other lat work, right? It's like saying you can count rows as partial bicep volume in theory, yeah, but you're never going to get amazing biceps from rows. Use some common sense with it, use some common sense. All right. Also, a quick reminder, since all of you in here, if you could follow me very quickly on my Facebook page, go down the road, click likes on my stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. No, I don't have a subreddit. I don't have a Reddit at all. Is 165 kilogram deadlift times 3 weeks is weak as hell? I can deadlift 180. No, it's not weak as hell. It's a good little base started. Dorian Yates said he never trained forearms directly, yet had huge forearms. Well, maybe. You're looking lean. What body fat percentage are you? I don't know, dude. I'd guess 13%. What's your opinion on machines versus free weight exercises? They both have their place. I use both. I program both. They both have their place. Obviously, free weight should be a larger chunk of our training, but machines absolutely have their uses. What's the best exercise for lower traps? I don't know if there's a best. Different types of rows, maybe pull-ups. Jamie says, maybe you should be compensated for using your brand, right? All these guys had my name in their mouth for years and years and years. Some of them got 1 million views on their videos. Just talking about me. Did you hear about Lyle McDonald's new book? Nope. Hey, TF, I'm not going to go into all that. I have tons of videos about training, thousands and thousands of them, discussing programming for you here. So I don't know what answer you're looking for other than better overall development. I always recommend free weights as your primary and then machines if you're going to do them as secondary movements. Do good mornings especially carry over better to the low bar squat? They carry over very well to the low bar squat. Roughly, Jason, how long would it take me to go from a 400 deadlift to a 500 1 year, maybe 2? There is no answer to that. Some people can do it in 6 weeks. Some people would need 6 years. Is drug tested powerlifting really natty? No. And what's the bare minimum squat bench schedule if I should have before competing at 6'3", 29-year-old weighing around 235? I would recommend you be able to do at least the empty bar. You don't have to be at a strength standard to compete in powerlifting. Do you agree that the best lift for the upper body is some kind of vertical pull and an incline press? No, but I think that they're great lifts. I think they're great lifts. They're in my favorites for sure. Is OMAD that? I don't know why anyone would do OMAD. It's just stupid. Coach, should 6 foot plus squatter squat with a wider stance exclusively? No. Maybe it's going to depend on your particular levers. Is it more likely mechanically that a taller lifter is going to need a wider stance? Yes. Is it guaranteed? No. You need to find your individual hip structure and what's going on. It's because he associated with natural hypertrophy. That's enough. Do you place the straight bar good morning in a low bar or high bar position? You're probably going to want it in a low bar position. It's going to be a lot more stable. DJ Sneaky Snake says, yo, what's up, dude? I always like your name for some reason. DJ Sneaky Snake. I don't know why I like your name. I just fucking like it. It's kind of cool. All right. That was random of me. It's just different. Dude's just kind of expressing himself. If invited, would you join Jeff Nichols and Strap-On Destiny to bury the hatchet? Or Strap-On want me to bury that hatchet? No, we're not friends. Would a 350 pause bench, 500 squats, 600 deadlift be competitive in drug tested powerlifting? It'd be extremely competitive. Jason, do good mornings. Hit the abductors good. Depends on your stance width. I don't know, Nama, what does it say about your mama? What did liking someone's name say about you? Okay, we got Dr. Phillip in this motherfucker. You know, the fact that you like his name says a whole lot about your personality. I think maybe it relates to your relationship with your mother around age 2, when she first weaned you off of breastfeeding, and I think it's impacted you and the way that you like names moving forward. Look at Dr. Phillip in this motherfucker. That's right, Dr. Blay Blay. So you mean, yes, on Blay Blay, with mouth outrageous French accent. Do you think Jeff Side is currently natty? You know, no, probably not. How many years you been doing? I originally started in 2012, 13 years. Would you really been Jeff Side over? No, dude, I was just, oh, Jesus Christ. No. That was me talking trash, dude. Do you not understand what trash talking means? Have you never trash talked another man? No, I was talking about your mama because I like them MILFs. That's Freud, not Dr. Phil. Dude, it was Dr. Phil. I don't know what Freud's voice sounded like, so I had to do Dr. Phil. Is MK677 banned in drug tested powerlifting? No, but it should be because it's fucking stupid. I'm pulling for Blaha. Actually, it would be nice to see him have some success. Since when does Jason has a beef with Jeff? I don't have any beef with Nippert. Like, I don't have a beef with Nippert. There's no beef. Well, it's because I am from Texas. I'm born and raised. I mean, or it's just less Photoshop and less lighting. When I met Jeff back in the day, he was way, way motherfucking smaller than me. So, and granted, he probably got bigger at some point in there, but he was not this 6 foot, 200 pound, 18-inch arm. I could have probably fit him in my right thigh. All right. Coach, who would be the bottom from the Noble Natties? Definitely Cubby. Good old strap-on is definitely their bottom. Can Bulgarians replace back squats? Nothing can replace back squats. Hercules, exactly. He lied about his height and his weight. The dude claimed 6 foot, and the motherfucker was eye to eye with me. And I'm not 6 foot. But if I go by the internet stats these people put out, these dudes who are 6 foot are the same height as me. How the fuck does that work? Because I'm not. Prove that I'm less than 6 foot. I think it's fair to say I am less than 6 foot. Those are his official published stats and shit all over websites and interviews at the time. All right. And I've already measured my height on camera before. I put up DEXA scans and I have literally measured it on the fucking camera before. So just stop. And you guys have seen me next to people with proven heights. All right. In this place called YouTube on my motherfucking channel. Let's not pretend you don't know that. All right. Coach, is 15 sets per week of upper back volume enough on top of already doing deads? Yeah, dude, that's a lot. That's more than plenty. If you're training hard, that is more than enough. Right? Okay. Do you still have your Rexo gun? Yeah, dude, it never broke. It still works. I use it all the time. I have a short torso and all legs. Should I stop doing squats? No, you need to squat. How rare are 20-inch arms for a natty? Like 1 in 10 million? Maybe NH hasn't responded yet because he's making a 1 hour long video study, probably. Now that would be interesting if we could get natural hypertrophy to be on a camera somewhere with me. I bet you he is not taller than me. Will getting a strong squat help me in basketball? Yeah. Yeah. But, being good at basketball will help you even more. Coach, this channel has really become my favorite. I love seeing the roasting of the sisterhood of the incel natties. Right? Remember we used to have the Yaya sisterhood circle jerk? That was Omar and all those guys. Here's what you do. Jason, that pic you posted of his girlfriend might be another man. She's built like one. Dude, how dare you talk about that heavenly blessed beauty like that? How dare you? She's a heavenly blessed. That's a beautiful woman. I did it. All right. I could be wrong. That might turn out it really is a dude. But, I don't think it is. I think it is a chick. You shouldn't be talking about a heavenly blessed beauty whose inner beauty is divine and everlasting like that. Fuck's wrong with you? That's just rude. That's not the behavior of a gentleman. What pic? On my community tab, I showed natural hypertrophy standing next to a heavenly blessed beauty. She was mogging the shit out of him with her big old lats. Dude, I got standards. Hercules, I got standards. Jiva Jivi, I don't really know what his voice sounds like offhand. James, I am legitimately true 5'9" without shoes. That's why I'm laughing at your stupidity. Coach, who do you say has higher estrogen, Dr. Mike Doucette or Strap-on? I'm going to go with Strap-on. He is a very estrogenic motherfucker. Would you hit it from the back just so she won't get attached? Well, she got those lats. I'm just saying I like that. Okay. Oh, Chuck, we just get rid of y'all shit. Because you motherfuckers cherry pick the pictures. So get the fuck out of here, your fucking stupidity. All right. Hey, Coach, would you recommend? I don't know what any of that means. What should I be doing at 21 years old as a man? Work on your money, work on your fitness. Sorry, we chuck him away. Strap-on Destiny's 5'3". No, I think he's probably 5'4", actually. Oh, well, that could be his wife. We got confirmation of that? No, Altismo, you're not muted. I mean, that's a good question. Is that his wife? We have seen him with a woman, though, at least. So actually, it would be in his best defense to claim that is a woman and not a dude. What? It's a Halloween pic? No, he has been spotted with a real woman at least once now. So, Honest question, how many accounts have you had in your YouTube career? Okay, we had my original fitness, which I closed. This one, I had my firearm channel. I had a little Q&A channel. I did have a smaller streaming thing. So I have had 5 total channels to my knowledge. Hey, Cal, because it's stupid. That's why. Hercules, I don't have any sock accounts. I've never had any sock accounts. All right. There's a video of NH where there is a woman behind the camera. We can hear her laughing. We can't see her, so we don't know it's his mom, sister, or girlfriend. No, it's a good question. Are you here going to videos? What? I've done videos. Dude, I've done a live stream in the middle of an airport. What are you talking about? Can I change your cutting program to 2 months? No, probably not. Probably not. I never thought I'd see a day where Greg Doucette and Coach Blaha were a tag team aligned against a common enemy. My only real issue with Greg is the Turkestan at this point. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of your stupid ass. No, I'm going to let you stay a little longer. Coach, is it time for you to get them back? Those sisters destroyed your business. Oh, I'm going to come at them. We know I'm going to keep doing that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why would I do calisthenics workouts? Did I say I would slap Greg in the mouth? I don't remember that, dude. I could have, but I legitimately don't remember that. Jolena, I don't know what to tell you is a good arm size. That is completely subjective. Any news on Turk? It's still Turk. Why would that change? Why would something that's been BS for 20 years suddenly not be BS? Come on. The best exercise to build arms would be curls and extensions of different types after your calm down movements. Oh, so that Jeff, that's saying that's a conditional statement. Have you ever tried Navy SEAL burpees? I started them recently. Why would I do that? What would be the point? Coach, thoughts on the West Elite Raw footage? How about that fight? No, not for the way he continued. He was obviously attacked. He had a right to defend himself. Probably shouldn't have 4 guys beating a man when they're on the ground still, though. Can I do banded extensions for big arms? Yeah, it would help. Mama, why would you think I give a shit about a bunch of burpees? Jason, can you call out basement bodybuilding? Probably eventually. I'll get around to it. We'll get around to it. No, the views haven't gone down from it. That's the thing, Cal. It's been working anyways. I'm only getting rid of the worst offenders. I put up some stuff the other day, tubes, on my Facebook. Hold on. I can link it. All right. Did GVS say anything about your stream? Yeah, he got commented in the streams down under them. He's left about 15 comments. I'm not currently cutting. Because I'm not currently in a calorie deficit and I'm not concerned with losing weight. I want to recomp for a bit and get a little thicker, a little stronger. Then I'll trim down a little more. I said that in the vlog, so I don't know why you didn't hear that. I've been pretty open about it multiple times recently. Do you believe anime is degenerate? No, I just don't get it. I don't understand anime. I don't understand the obsession with it at all. And I get that people have a right to like what they like, but I just think it's kind of weird to me personally. You know? And we saw that survey, like literally, so here's the thing. We saw that survey that was done last year, and anime was listed as a trait most women find unattractive in men, being anime fans. Just throwing it out there. So if a guy is over here saying they're struggling to get girls they should definitely take a look at that list of hobbies that women find attractive and unattractive in men, and at least take it seriously. That's all I'm saying, because all these guys who are incels and cry about it, who watch anime, well, not saying that's the only reason. I'm saying it could be a factor, right? It could be a factor. Probably not the only one, but damn, guys. I mean, if you're not getting any pussy ever, it's time to reassess what you're doing in your life. Warhammer actually was one that was seen as unattractive. However, I know multiple women who I hang with who play Warhammer. Like some of the closest chicks in my circle paint Warhammer, but I mostly do the artistic side. Therefore, in my case, it's a little different. But that is my one unattractive hobby. But I don't do it that much. Not like I'm sitting here playing Warhammer every single week. The fuck are you talking about? I'm not shaking at all. The fuck is wrong with you people? But yes, Omi, Warhammer, actually war games in general, were there. Yeah, I know a lot of gamer chicks too. Hey, Hercules, now you're just being a fucking idiot. All right. Trade off. Where are we at? 46. All right. Is there any games? Not that I'm aware of. To my knowledge, there's not a high success rate at that. Okay. No, I'm just a little tighter than usual. Gold. I can't always sustain that same energy I do in all of them every day, man. You think Wes Watson will go back to jail from the fight? I have no idea. I don't know what the charges are. I would need some news on has he been charged with anything. Without information, I can't just say. You know, the only thing I can say with that is originally it was self-defense, but definitely what happened after looked like it was beyond self-defense at that point. But realistically, he might have been okay had he just busted a cap in the dude with the original attack. But it was the continued beating him on the ground is the problem. Jason, do you miss being younger? I think, yeah, everyone notices a different energy level from, say, 30. Right? Everybody. You mean bro muted himself? Did my volume go down? You check the sound. This volume gets turned down a lot automatically. All right. Could he done that in Miami? I don't know the full laws. You enjoyed that Wes Watson? No, why would I enjoy that, dude? Hercules, dude, what is your major malfunction? Like, you seem to have a weird problem, dude. You should maybe talk to a therapist about it. You have thick or thin fingers. I don't know. I don't think I have particularly thick fingers. I don't know. What do you think? Here's my hands. Do you do any kind of, not currently at the moment, I was doing tons of cardio a while back. I've chilled on it. No, he's got a real little channel with videos. That's why I haven't blocked him yet. Yes, that was a Full Metal Jacket reference. What's your major malfunction, numb nuts? Did mommy and daddy not give you enough attention as a child? Yeah, 7.62 millimeter Full Metal Jacket. Jason, is Brad Pitt in Fight Club achievable naturally? Yeah. Yeah. Do you still game? How do we define game? Video games? I haven't played a video game in years at this point. I do a little Warhammer. You know, on my TV. You mean the one that was in here that I moved in my bedroom? Looking weird. I wanted less stuff in my background. Okay. Coach, do you think bodybuilders in the 80s were way better physiques than modern day 5'5" manlets? 100%. Do you think crypto is the future? I don't understand the question. Let me ask you a question, Jelena. Do I strike you as an expert in macro or microeconomics? Like, have I made any videos that would indicate to you that I know shitloads about that? Why did you put, because more TVs, man? Why not? Jason, do you believe in climate change? I don't really understand where we're going with the question. Why did you not start a crypto coin, Coach? Blaha coin. I take Bitcoin from clients. Okay. Jason, what's better, index funds or real estate? I don't know. Let me flip a coin. I don't know. Do you watch a lot of TV or something? I hardly watch TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. Coach, what's the highest percentage of increase in strength that gear can give? I don't understand why you would think there's a number that I could give you for that. That's not like just some set number. Ask Blaha how to deadlift and ask him how to invest in real estate, or I could definitely tell you guys how to get gals. First of all, talk to them. That's like the number one tip. All right, Gold Rush, why do you want multiple TVs? Why not? I don't want multiple guitar amps. There were guitar amps on there too. Chin-ups on dead days. This optimal depends on what you're doing with your programming. Okay. Coach, let's say can only increase strength by 10%. That's definitely not true. But, the problem is the number is so high that we can't pin it down that close. One person might get 30%, another might double their strength on gear. What are you looking for? Yeah, Tuber, I don't know, man. That sounds like a good strategy. As NH Cam. What? Do you think Mike Israetel? No, that was not his issue. Come on. Hercules is a bad boy. He is. He's a bad boy. Bad Hercules. Bad. We used to have a little cat named Hercules. You want to see my guitar collection? Okay. So Hercules, if you would like to see what I actually have, so there's no fraud or claiming I have shitty $500 guitars or something. All right, what do we have for current guitar collection? We've got. All right. Fender Stratocaster. This is an American Professional 2. Now, can you read the rest? All right. Can you read the full headstock? Let's see. Where's the American Pro? There we go. Right. American Professional 2. And then we have all right. Gibson Les Paul, traditional Pro 5. Yeah, that one's a tobacco sunburst. This one's in wine red. Right? This one's in wine red. This one's my favorite. All right? Let's see what we got. Can't really hear it much on there. This one is named Vanessa. And I haven't named this strap. So, all right, we're at 55 minutes. I'm probably about to wind this down. Can we get a Kid Hercules natty? I don't know, man. He got some gyno going on. He got them titties. But all joking aside, most guys with gyno didn't use gear to get it. There's also having a more expensive Picatinny and foregrip than the receiver. I mean, yeah, receivers are not that expensive. Usually. I mean, they really aren't for the most part. So yeah, having a more expensive foregrip isn't that uncommon on an AR build. All right, where are we at? Okay. Reading the whole thing. All right, guys, but it is time to wind it down. We're getting about to that hour. So it is that time. So I hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals. Let me give you guys a forearm shot before we go. Give you guys a Mount Bicepius. Mount Bicepius. And we're going to shut it down, baby.